Don't make me do it, alright? That's all I'm asking. Dark World. Oh, I forgot to press F2. We'll get the tracker up momentarily. Yeah, don't fake hint. Don't jokingly hint. Don't ask questions that are probably also hints. Don't actually hint. Just don't. Alright, anyways, how's everyone doing? Did you best be?
Good luck, have fun.
One down. What can you do? Just talk. If you have questions about like why I'm making decisions, that's fine. Don't be like, why would you do this when you could just do this instead? Or why didn't you do this? Just ask me why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's the big... I also like talk about what I do anyways. Yo, early Mo, let's go, dude. Wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention. Did I miss any stuff? Hold on. Flair, thanks to 73 months in a row, dude. I appreciate it a lot. I miss you, Flair.
Andy after work. Woo. Missed you, man.
Boom. Alright. Clocks, thanks to 100 bits. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Exodus with the 420 bits. Thanks to good luck. Appreciate it a lot. Mythrillo. Taking us up to Sushi Chef. Welcome back, Sushi. Hope you enjoy those emotes. Give Mythrillo a big ol' thank you. Trick with the 8 months and Oxy Dude with the 9 months. Thank you both very much. Powder. Oh yeah, those ribs are super good. It's my first ladder race for Season 1. So because Season 0 is done, and Season 1 has started, things may be a little more strict here during the ladder races. Competitive, integrity, etc. This is Ambrosia. If you're not sure what Ambrosia means, it's a good old standard 7-7 sword assured where Uncle Guaranteed gives you a boots hint. Boots are in the Dark World in this seed. Why is it called Season 0? Because it was like a test season, basically. I forgot there's no text box there. And then dungeon bosses cannot drop dungeon items. So the boss cannot have a small key, big key, map, or compass, ever. So it will always drop an item, you know. Art, that's actually potentially good. The rats are maybe in the fairy pack, which does have 8 bombs. But yeah, so the big change with from Season 1 to Season 0 is so basically the way the seasons are gonna work is a guaranteed 7-7, yes. The way the seasons are going to work is they're going to have 4 modes that are always constant. It's going to be open mode, Ambrosia mode, cross keys, and dude, my brain just shut off. Open, Ambrosia, cross keys. Dang, rafts are not in the bomb pack. And mystery. And then there's gonna be a 5th, like, flavor
Start
of the season.
Right. May Madness. A rando for your thoughts.
Category.
Had a good weekend?
Season 0, it was all dungeons key sanity. Season 1, it is inverted key sanity. So that's pretty fun. Inverted keys. It's big fun. Zacid, thanks for the 500 bits. Appreciate it a lot. And for those of you curious, I ended up getting 9th overall in Season 0. Out of like 170 or so. Are we gonna do 100% runs of randomizer or speed runs? Randomizer, probably not. Not super interested.
10
Speedruns? There's a
That's
chance I go
almost a
back to
year.
them. My 100% PB is pretty bad, but 100% also has a ton of really, really shitty RNG that makes it not a fun category to run. Do I know what my MMR was for the season? No idea. So, I don't know. Possibly. Sometimes I like, if I don't feel like, if I don't know what I feel like doing, sometimes I'll like pull 100% or any percent or something. I don't really dislike any of the ladder modes. Like, the nice thing about the ladder mode, or the ladder, is you do get to choose which modes you do and don't participate in. But it's also fun because you have to be good at multiple modes. I mean, you don't have to be good at multiple modes, I guess, because you could just skip one mode every time, but like, you know, I only have a very specific stream time, and so if I want to do races, I'm just going to do them, and I don't really care about the mode. Also, what's up, Rakir? What's up, Nate? How you boys doing? Also, I got a new contract from Madrina's because my Madrina's contract was up. No, the modes are all weighted the same. You have a global MMR, and then you also have a per flag set MMR. Do I get more coffee? I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to pick anything up. Different modes are there. What's MMR? Matchmaking rating. There's always 5 modes for ladder. It uses like ELO 2K as the system or something like that. ELO. I mean, it works pretty well for 1v1 racing scenarios. I guess I can explain how the ladder works also, for those of you potentially unfamiliar. Basically every 6 or 7 hours, there's a race. There's already a predetermined schedule, so you can see, you know, what time the next Ambrosia race is after this one, basically. It'll be in a little over a day, essentially. They always start on time for the most part. You sign up for whatever given mode. And then... Big glove. It's time for the race, and you end up getting paired into 1v1s. You don't know who your opponent is until you finish. Crystal, green pendant, good crystal. Yeah, my hands are feeling fine now. No pain. Harev, thanks for the 5 months, dude. Appreciate it a lot. Also, over the weekend, while I was gone, the match I was waiting on to find my opponent in the All Dungeons tournament, which was Zelna against Dao. Zelna being the #1 overall seed, and, you know, being the clear favorite to win the tournament, lost. So I will be racing Dao in winners semis. Any sunburn? I got a little on my face and my arms, but not too bad. Is that bad? I have a much better chance of beating Dao in a race than I do beating Zelda. So, it's not bad at all. A bunch of stuff went wrong for Zelda apparently, and he only lost by like 20 seconds. But a loss is a loss. Official randomizer? What? I wasn't sure if I'd gotten another item yet or not. I wasn't paying attention, I was too busy talking. Oh, for Bloodstained. That game was very lackluster for me. I was super hyped for it, and then I played it for like 2 hours and stopped. Yo, 2D Tones, thanks for the 2 months, dude. Appreciate it a lot. Nice bombs. Yo, Fartlow, thanks for the 4 months in a row. Appreciate it a lot, dude.
Tell YouTube Andy thanks for the great videos.
Alright. Do back of escape real quick. I think it's 2 items and a map. Is this the ladder race? It is. For the title, which says ladder race. Oh man. Anyways, how's everybody's weekend? Ugh. What'd you guys do?
Thanks for the content as always.
Osmagon, thanks for the hundo bits. Oh, hell yeah, Kelsey beating up a Lionel. That's what I'm talking about. At a barbecue? Nice. Yo, CW, thanks for the 3 months of Prime. Appreciate it a lot.
Ladder race. Andy Pog.
Finally finished an SM run. Nice. What'd you get? One hour 15 is not too bad. Not too bad. Poems. Sure. Yo, Dr. Connors, thanks for the 15 months of Prime. Appreciate it a lot. Oh dang, not Donald Trump. Good luck, dude. Nice Kusanagi. Insanity is a pretty wild beast if you're not prepared for it. Cape, some mitts. Okay. So far, so good. You can delete that hints command if you want, Nate. Hints are not even on by default anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, things have probably changed as well. You're right. I'm rich. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of out-of-logic stuff here. We do have Darkhold access. Boots are also known to be in the dark. Just like Mire area, Darkhold Death Mountain, many Dark World, Overworld locations, including the Smiths and Purple Chest. Secret Lemur, get to the sub to Meridium. Welcome back, Meridium. Hope you enjoy those emotes. Give Secret Lemur a big ol' thank you. There's not Silverbane. Yes, little hand room is okay to use in race. I mean, it's something built into the game. It's dev intended. It is generally pretty regularly. Bottle here is actually really good. Fairly regularly used for money early game. No, I don't press them at the same time. I actually press them like one after the other. So I get like 2 potential inputs for like the swim, the fast swim. So you can mash it as well, but I time it by pressing both buttons like one after the other relatively quickly. I don't want to be... I should have...
Hey Andy, you provide me with quality entertainment even when I wouldn't enjoy doing anything else.
Yeah, get
Keep
owned.
up the good work, Andy.
Hooray! Still routing changes, improvements being discovered, or is it a path based on item progression fairly optimized at this point? I mean, it's all about decision making. You don't necessarily have to make like the best odds decision at the time. There's always going to be like a optimal route based on decision making. Like if you only follow the best possible decision, there's going to be a relatively solidified route for that. But the best possible outcome decision is not necessarily the decision you should make in certain situations. So yeah, that's like the fun thing about rando. Like, in a race setting, obviously there is some sort of randomness to it being a randomizer and all. But having to make decisions on the fly, figuring out the puzzle, you might be leaning towards, however you find items might make your gut feel like you should go do X over Y when Y is technically the better play. Due to like it being a crystal dungeon, or maybe it having slightly more items, but there's lots of times where you don't necessarily want to or should make like the quote-unquote best possible play, especially if you also feel like you haven't been playing well up to that point in a race. You might be more inclined to gamble because of that fact as well. There's a lot of very interesting decisions you can make. Like for example, let's say I'm like walking down here, la-di-da-da. Yes, that means it's in the Dark Worlds, 100%. Let's say I'm walking down here, right? And I die. Like, right outside a hype cave before checking it. That's a pretty decent chunk of items. Having to walk all the way back there without a hammer is super slow. And so, if I end up going to do that, and all that stuff is good, I'm gonna feel behind, naturally. So, if that happens, I might make some less than ideal decisions to try to make up time on my opponent, hoping they pay out. Because you feel like if you follow just like the general best possible play all the way to the end, you would lose because of that. That makes sense. Alright, I'm gonna pick up this little guy here. I'm gonna save and quit. I need 2 pendants and a crystal. Pod, Thieves Town, Ice. Pod, Thieves Town, Ice. That sucks. Big suck. Well, yes, the optimal decision is not to die, but like execution mistakes happen sometimes. And if you feel behind, because it's a 1v1 race, win or lose, like doesn't matter how much you lose by, but if you lose, you lose. So if you make an execution mistake that loses you a handful of minutes, you might try to make a low percentage play and hope to make up those couple minutes back. So it's like a, I don't know. It's a very interesting mental game to play. Fuck, I'm bombs. Okay. Pretty rare statue pull, except in inverted. Well, I knew that like once I realized I didn't have bombs, I knew that pull would give me bombs. I wasn't worried. Okay, so currently the only thing that really matters that's out of logic is my lamp. So going up Death Mountain doesn't really matter. Thieves Town is a pendant, which sucks. I don't logically have access to pod area yet without flippers or hammer. Or flippers gets me the lamp, which also lets me kill Aghanim. Or flippers also lets me swim over there. The smith can't go into most caves. No, you don't get the boomerang there. You get $380 there, normally. Oh, that is pretty large. Pretty large gaming right there. Yeah, they just can't do their job now. If that had been Mirror or something, that would have been huge. Okay, so... Alright, bad thing about this is I potentially have access to 2 of the 3 pendants, and if I get flippers, there's a chance I have access to all 3 of them. So, we're gonna go read the pedestal. I technically need flippers to beat pod as well. And there's a chance I need boots for desert, but being a 1 flipper away from pedestal is very scary with how little I actually have at the moment. Okay, so with that early ped check, the reason I did that before I've done any dungeons basically is because if that had something important, that basically sets up my route for the next like 15 minutes essentially. So even though it was a low probability check, knowing that information would have given me, knowing my path for the foreseeable future. And so, like, still, I can only beat pendant dungeons at the moment. Kind of sucks. We're gonna jump into Thieves Town. I prefer with a narrow logical path or a wide one. I don't know if I really prefer one or the other. They're both interesting in their own right. Obviously, the narrow path is more straightforward. Get an item, do this. Get another item, so you can do that. Get an item there, so you can do this instead. And then, you know, and you're done. But figuring out, like, you know, interesting ways to route in wide open seeds is always fun as well. Where are the boots? They're in the Dark World. Room corner needs some love. Yeah, I know. It'll get some eventually. I need more magnets. Dark World means any overworld Dark World location. Dark World Death Mountain, Mire area, you know, the standard Dark World overworld checks. Then so there's like Pyramid, there's Catfish, there's the Smith and Purple Chest are both actually Dark World checks. If you like generate a seed on the rando website and you look at the spoiler log that's there, if you click on Dark Worlds, all the checks that are listed there is where the boots can be. Ow. Ooh, guaranteed item in big chest. This could be pretty big, actually. Input display is relatively newly set up. I guess Exodus. I don't know. I don't know why it's in the Dark World. I just know that it is considered a Dark World check in terms of randomizer and Uncle Boot hits. Got hear what's happened? Been playing a video game. Alright, so this could be a very, very good play. Or could be very, very good situation for me with where the hammer was. Fortunately, it was not. The hammer is still in a very good place for me. But it kind of sucks at the moment. Any idea where the name Ambrosia came from? Not a clue. Alright, so we're gonna do hammer pegs, purple chest. Well, that would be a little too limiting of a hint, probably, Kale Bros. How many checks would be controversial, you know? Dryden Style, thanks for the 5 months of Prime. If boots are in here or purple chest, I'm probably gonna go. I don't know. With boots and that fairy in a bottle I have, I could attempt to hover to East Death Mountain. That would give me a ton of checks. So I could beat Hera with the out of logic lamp that I have, guaranteed. I wasn't sure if I actually touched it or not. It'd be funny if the hint told you nothing, then it wouldn't really be a hint, would it?
Ambrosia was named by Blood, the inventor of the set. The boots hint harkens back to earlier days of Rando where Uncle had a 5% chance of spoiling the boots location.
Pretty sure Zelda 1 Ambrosia existed first, though. So, big think. Thanks for the 100 bits, snack. Yeah, Boyne's a hack. Alright. Man, this really sucks. Menu as you land, you can lock it up. I don't know. Never heard of any hard lock like that. Soft lock, you still have control of the game. And hard lock, like, so soft lock would be you have control of the game, but you can't progress or do anything useful, right? But a hard lock basically kills all input taking from the game and requires you to reset the console or turn it off and back on. Exactly, gotcha. And this blows. Alright, so let's check Bumper Ledge and Skullwoods. Yeah, soft lock doesn't necessarily require a soft reset. You could like kill yourself in the instance of Link to the Past. Like if you're stuck in some situation, you could like mirror to fix it or kill yourself with bombs or something. But a hard lock would be just like inputs are not being registered by the game anymore. We're in a loop going up and down the stairs. It's a soft lock. You can get out of that, I believe, if you hold down the select button. Alright, so there's only one item in here without a fire rod.
So what are we naming the Twitch baby?
What do we name? Oh, I thought I was at the front entrance. I leave it up to the baby holder, to Fluffy. Thanks for the 8 months of Prime. Appreciate it. I have heckin' red, dude. I had a fairy. That sucks, actually. I can't use that fairy I have to to get to East of Mountain anymore. It's alright. The boots could be on East Death Mountain for all I know. So, I might not even find them before then. Skullwoods has 2 items and they're both fire on lock. Okay, so at this point my options are either go into desert or go into pod. Go to desert. The only bad thing about this is I guess there's not too much bad about it. Another bottle. Kind of sucks. Don't need a bottle. Eh. This isn't a small key or a big key. I can't do anything else in here. That also means boots are required. Wow. Well, I got my fairy back, I suppose. That's also the only item in here, actually. The last item's on the boss. So we're out of here. Desert was big bust, unless Agina has the goods. With Ambrosia mode, 1 non-dungeon item is guaranteed on the boss. So because Desert only has 2 non-dungeon items, because I found one of them already, the other one is guaranteed to be on the boss. Which is inaccessible. Okay. Alright, so that means... So there's a very limited number of things that can be in pod. One of those things is flippers. Flippers opens up lamp, which opens up Death Mountain with that mirror. Obviously, it could be fire rod to open up the back of Skull Woods for something. It could be flute to open up Death Mountain as well. Yeah, mirror doesn't really help logically at this point. But mirrors is fine. The only bad thing right now. Okay, that's very good in the pod has flippers debate right here. So flippers. So because that was from Old Man, the lamp is required for Death Mountain access. My lamp is currently flipper locked.
Sir, good luck on the rest of the race.
And obviously, flippers can't be in Swamp. Flippers can't be in Ice Palace. So there's really not that much available. The mirror does give me K45 and not Spec Rock, and the Graveyard Ledge as well. So it's not necessarily just pod that has progression, but the where something has to be is quite limited. Okay, that's really good. So that's almost guarantees that flippers is in one of those locations left. I do need flippers at some point for Swamp. So that means both fire sources. Wow, that's really good. Assuming Big Key is also here, that means the last item is just on Moldorm. I maybe should have grabbed those bombs, actually. Damn it. This is those times where having a hook shot would be really nice. Eh. You can set the color of your name to whatever you want. Bootan was Dark World. So Lamp and Fire Rod and Flute are flipper locks. Yeah, if you click the cog on the chat and you go into like appearance or something, you can change your Twitch name color to whatever you want. Until you set it, I believe your color is random whenever you open up a chat or something. You need to generate them through the customizer, average frustrated gamer. But you can generate them through Sahasrabot pretty easily. Yo, Mongoose Mart gifted us a link. 20,046. Hope you enjoy those emotes, dude. Welcome to the Pug Farm. Hope you enjoy those emotes. Well, yes, you can set it to a limited number of colors unless you are a Twitch Prime member. In which case, you have like hex codes basically that you can put in. But yeah, you can change your color to various colors. One, two, three, Okay, so same thing with Desert and how I knew that the second item was on the boss. Hera only has 2 items. That's actually pretty nice. So because of that, finding the bombs in that first downstairs area meant that the second item in Hera guaranteed was on the boss due to Ambrosia. Yeah, I find out who I raced after the race is over. I think once Season 2 comes around, potentially, Dunko will have a feature ready where you can opt in, where if your opponent has finished, it'll let you know, so you can forfeit if you want to. But I would not be taking advantage of that feature, because I would rather just finish all my races and not know, because it's more exciting that way. But it would be a feature that people could use if they want to. Some people just care about racing and would rather just not waste their time finishing if they've already lost. But for me, every ladder race is hashtag content. Yeah, basically, well, sort of random. You have an ELO basically that you get matched with someone close to your ELO plus or minus some value. So you're not always going to get placed against the person closest to you in ELO. I'm actually not max value currently. But thanks. Alright, well, we got all. Have I ever accidentally done a banned glitch? No. Doing a glitch while switching from speedruns to rando is a little different than, like, opening a chest by accident when you go from rando to speedruns. Like, most glitches aren't just like a muscle memory thing that you just happen to do, you know? Most of the glitches are relatively difficult. You think about them beforehand. So they're not just like something you just do, you know? Okay, so now we have access to every Dark World check, except for Hookshot Cave, which could have the boots in it, potentially. With that flute that we got as well. So this is gonna be, I guess this isn't all I can do. I can go do Spike Cave as well. Hopefully boots are just here. Damn it. Okay, this is fine. We've gotten a lot of information from this technically out of logic thing. So we know that the back of Skull Woods is all flipper locked. We know that Mire area is flipper locked, and we know that the lamp is also flipper locked. I don't want to take damage here, so I'm gonna take a little bit of time loss by warping here. Notice that front-loaded seeds always have something that's hard to find. What happens when the whole game is open? You're looking for 1 or 2 things, and you have 100 checks available to you. Ambrosia seed doesn't look like it. What? You mean doesn't look like? Ambrosia's like really not that different than a normal seed. It can still be literally anywhere. It's no different. Time off was really good, Dirk. Sword Assured means you start with a sword. It's chocolate-covered raisins. We know the boots in the Dark World. There really aren't that many Dark World checks left, so. Wow, I need both medallions. I don't have flippers. Okay, so yeah, we know that K45, K45, Graveyard Ledge, or Pod has to have something. Do I have a green potion? No. We're gonna go beat Ice Palace. Yeah, Mirror Shield's in Spec Rock. Alright, so beating Ice Palace will give me the last accessible Dark World checks. With Pyramid Fairy. If it's not there, then it has to be in Hookshot Cave. Which also requires the hookshot, you know. I'd see a system. Right. But Boots being in the Dark World, it doesn't, like, I'm not talking about logic right now. The only unchecked Dark World locations are Pyramid Fairy and Hookshot Cave. Yeah, still Lamp, Fire Rod, and Flute are out of logic. So something has to be either in pod area or at one of the mirror locations that I have not checked. Sucks. The menu to Hookshot. I don't have it. Okay. Yeah, so because Lamp is flipper locked, Death Mountain access is locked by the Lamp, because we got flutes on Death Mountain and fire rods on Death Mountain. All of those things are flipper locked, technically. That's most likely what's going to be in one of the couple checks I can do. Obviously, I can't even do everything without Lamp in pod, so, one item. So one more item, and then the last one's on the boss, which is really good for Ice Palace as well. Ice Palace is one of those dungeons that greatly gets improved. Most likely with Ambrosia. There's a lot of good dungeons like that, if you, like, happen to get the items early, you know? And that's item number 2. So we can skip Iced Tea, Big Chest, Freezel Room, go straight to the boss. Perfect. Blaine apparently came up with the settings. What's up, bro sauce? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? No. You can do it with, a fairy and a bug net. But it requires some, like, RNG from the fairy. And so I don't even know how to do that method. But Icebreaker is a little different than Diver Down. It only works with the cane. Diver Down and Icebreaker are two completely different glitches in terms of functionality. I was hoping for some good item to be in here as well. Like Hookshot or something, because like if flippers are in pod or something, that could mean going into Swamp for Hookshot or something. And like, I I don't want to get flippers until I have Hookshot, essentially, even though I probably know where the flippers are. Alright, so if boots are not here, which is still out of logic, technically, then they have to be in Hookshot Cave. Just whatever. Icebreaker is where you you glitch. So there's the 6 Pangator room with the anti-fairy and the pot that hides the switch. And you go to the right and you see the chest that normally has the big key in it. You can clip through that really thick railing with the Canis Maria, with a like a door extension glitch, basically, and it lets you skip Ice Palace bomb jump. It skips the conveyor room. It skips the double Stalfos room, and just gets you to the right side chests immediately. It's really nice. It's not really the same concept at all. But they were just discovered, like, hand in hand, basically. So a lot of people relate the two because of that. Boots? Nope. Alright. Hookshot Cave it is. Alright, I'm gonna put off pod some more. Alright, so one thing that does tell me is that Hookshot can't be on Lumberjack. We also just might not get boots at all. The only things that I still need, I need flippers, which are most likely in very specific areas. So basically, Like, the chances of it not being flippers, which opens up a pretty decent chunk of things for me to do, is very low, because if not, it basically has to be multiple things that open up other stuff. So, like, if flippers are not in the however many checks I can do without any fire source, which is like all the not dark rooms in pod, K45 with the mirror, Graveyard Ledge with the mirror, and Bombos Tablet with the mirror. Those are the only things left that I can do. It would have to be either Mushroom, which directly leads to another item, or it would have to be multiple items for me to get access to other areas. Like, with Flute, I guess, like, it really can't be anything else. Can't be the boots, because boots are in Dark Worlds. So it has to be flippers, basically, somewhere around there. Because Mire and Turtle Rock areas are completely off limits without flippers. Yeah, flippers cannot be where we need fire. Exactly. So I'm not looking for flippers here, I'm looking for hookshot here, basically. Just because that gives me more stuff to do immediately when I... Oh, dude, I didn't take enough damage. Like, I don't want flippers to lead me to a hookshotless swamp if hookshot's available somewhere. This is a crystal, I have to do it at some point anyways. Turned out to be nothing. That's okay. I can flute to pod whenever I want. Yeah, desert's out of logic. Swamp's out of logic. Mire, Turtle Rock are out of logic. So yeah, it has to be flippers. Because Kane doesn't do anything, hookshot doesn't do anything. What?
Just wrecking these bosses today.
Cornelius, thanks for the 2,000 bits, my dude. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Yeah, so Lamp was locked by flippers at Zora Ledge. And Flute was at Old Man, which requires Lamp. Which means Death Mountain access was forced to be Lamp, and I found Fire Rod on Death Mountain as well. So all three of those things are technically locked by flippers. There's 3 mirror locations in pod left in logic, technically. I did Ice Palace out of logic, hoping to find boots in Pyramid Fairy. They were not there, unfortunately. We did get Hammer from the Smiths, which is also kind of a shitty location. Mirror was at a Gina Cave, so it's very likely that, you know, Mirror was not early. Book was early, but, like, no fire sources were early, so it's pretty unlikely that you make that play. Especially in Ambrosia, where there's an item guaranteed on the boss. It's a pretty dumb thing to do, in terms of desert early. That's a fine question, Nate. It's not really a hint or anything. No, not really. Like, putting pod off gets me flippers, but, like, all the stuff is something that I would have done shortly thereafter anyways. Like, I wouldn't be, like, finding flippers here and like, you know, going straight to Swamp Palace or something like that. You know, if you're playing just logically, you know, you get the Lamp, and then you go to Death Mountain because you have the Mirror, the Hammer, and Death Mountain access, which is a ton of checks. So, like, you know, all this stuff is stuff I would have done eventually. So late flippers really doesn't affect that much. I wouldn't have had to fake flipper getting to Ice Palace. That's pretty much it, honestly. The other nice thing, if my opponent doesn't know how to splash delete, and they find the flippers, they know they're getting that lamp there. Like, you know, they very well could have just sequence broken up Death Mountain, gotten Fire Rod, and not really cared about the lamp anymore, but I'm not really too worried. Because, you know, like I said, once you get the flippers, you're gonna end up doing a bunch of stuff beforehand anyways. That sucks. Professional gamer here. The big key. Actually did want to kill that guy so it doesn't spawn. Never mind. Just dumb and stupid. That's okay. We know Pedestal is dead, so it's very unlikely that I'm going to be beating Desert Boss. What bomb jump was that supposed to be? Well, killing that guy would be setting up hammer jump, but I'm not going to be hammer jumping at all, so there's no point. Okay, so actually, there's nothing left in logic here. We're still going to finish the dungeon because we're here, but nothing is left in logic without the lamp. So flippers have to be at one of the mirror locations that are left. Okay, that's good. Everything else is an item. I'm gonna leave. Pod has one item, and we know that flippers can't be there. The only thing that can be there, you know, there are a couple things that can be there, but I'm gonna play flippers right now. So it turns out we are gonna end up playing flippers in the Swamp Palace here. And, like, there's a chance that there's 3 checks left that are in logic. There's a chance that other good items are in these 3 checks as well. So we're only looking for hookshot and 2 medallions, essentially. That was GDQ. What? Okay. 2 more checks. No, only pairs have the same seed. The worst thing that could be on Helma. I mean, basically anything that's still required. Boots can't be there, but Hookshots, Bombos, or Quake can definitely be there. One of the hover seeds I won had Hookshot on Pendant Helma. Oh, I mean, it was fine, Ninja Matt. GDQs are pretty fun. What's up, ADEF? How's it going? Big Gamer ADEF. 3D Zelda World Champ. Wow, this is a really... So, if you don't do Agina early, you're getting Mirror after you would check Bombos, which sucks. I don't know, just a little, worded a little weird, man, that's all. I did go away for the weekend. You're like, you know, how was your vacation? How was GDQ? When it wasn't like, you know, recent. Swamp it is. Alright, so here, it is a little risky. So right now, the only thing that's in logic, Desert is completely done without boots, right? Which are in Hookshot Cave. So it's either Helmasaur or in Swamp. That's all that's left. You can't get into Mire. I'm stupid. Can't get into Mire. Or Turtle Rock. So this was a pretty risky gamble. If we're talking odds, can Uncle give you boots in Ambrosia? It probably says escape. I think Uncle is considered a Hyrule Castle check. We take bets on which progressions in left side swamp. Learn if the boots are hookshot locked. So in Ambrosia, Uncle Uncle gives a boots hint, and he told me boots are in the Dark World. And so there's only a couple places that can be. I mean, there's, you know, like 20 places that can be. But all the Dark World checks are done except for Hookshot Cave, because I don't have Hookshot. So we know the boots have to be there. Kelsey did my layout? She did. Did a real good job. Yeah, she's real good at layout. She's done lots of people's layouts. She's done like Christos Owens. She probably did like Futons, like a bunch of her. I played any other Zelda games. I played most Zelda games. I haven't played any of the DS games, like Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks or anything. I haven't played the CDI games, and I haven't really played Skyward Sword. I've played it for like a couple hours. Play the Seasons games? I mean the Oracle games? Yes. My mom and I had Ages and Seasons when I was growing up, and then we swapped. I did know there's a rando for those. But I also have zero interest in the Oracle games, basically. I'd like to see a remake of Link to the Past like Link's Awakening. I mean, the art style that Link's Awakening used was kind of built around, like, the super cute, like, Game Boy, like, printer photos that you could take in the original Link's Awakening. That doesn't really exist for Link to the Past, so I think it would kind of look weird. But I honestly don't know. Link Between Worlds was not a remake at all. in zero senses of the word was Link Between Worlds a remake. Monk S. At the very least, we're not going back to Helma. At the very least, I have Ice Rod and Cane. Both required the lamp and pod. Now. So, in terms of the Link to the Past remake talk, in Best Buy's system, a long time ago, along with, like, last year at some point, a Link to the Past for the Switch showed up in Best Buy's inventory system, and that got leaked. You can't do Holy Diver without Hookshot. You need to be able to snag the small key. And usually games that have been listed in Best Buy's inventory before release have generally been legit leaks. Is this Ambrosia? I don't know, what does the title say? Yeah, the leak was literally titled Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
How's it going, Andy?
Like I said, I don't really put too much info into, or I don't put too much weight into leaks. But it's just something that happened. I do any other Zelda games on stream? I do other Zelda games on stream. I've done Breath of the Wild. Mostly just Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, though, that you'll see on here. Oops. Yeah, Metroid Prime Trilogy was also part of that leak. Speedrunners will lose their minds if Link to the Past is done on Switch and they patch out all the bugs. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, it'd probably be treated like Link's Awakening remake. It would be a completely different speedrun. It uses completely different mechanics. It's not really the same thing, you know? Oh my god, I can't do this one glitch in a 35-year-old video game on a modern console. I am revolting. It's not how it works. Just because a remake came out on the Switch doesn't mean that SNES Link to the Past speedrunners would be interested. They're just completely different games. That's all there is to it. I'm stupid. I'm real stupid. Alright. Seed sucks ass. Dude, do I mirror and get the boots? Go, 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 go! Okay. There are 2 items so far. I have a YouTube channel? I do. Exclamation mark YT. I upload regularly, and then I get really tired from streaming so much, and then I don't regularly upload. We're in the phase where I'm regularly uploading. My PB for randomizer. I mean, PB doesn't really matter too much. My fastest rando I've ever completed is a standard mode rando back in like a million versions ago. That was a 103.58. My Triforce Hunt PB. My old easy mode Triforce Hunt record for PB is like a 9:45 or an 8:45 or some dumb shit. I don't even know. That's 3 items. It means there's 1 item on Laser Bridge, and then the last one's on the boss. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ow. Why would he hurt me like that? Where was the hook shot? In Chain Chomp Room. With Quake and Left Side Swamp. Alright, I don't know how I'm feeling about this seed anymore. But, like, logically, it's probably going to go the same for whoever plays this seed. But who knows? Oops. Oh. Alright, there's 1 item. Give it to me here. Damn it. Oh, God. I have a fairy. It's not really that much of a worry. Oh, God. At least we're getting boots after this as well. I'm pre-clicking boots. I know they're here. So the only thing I need is bombos. Pre-clicking pod. I did pre-click pod. Right. It's alright. Me not beating pod was not a guarantee. It was a split-second decision. But I know that the boots are in Hookshot Cave. Okay, so after this, I have Bonk Rocks, King's Tomb, Mire, Back Swamp, and that's it. With my current item set. And I still need Bombos. Why do I feel that this is a bad seed? Because you had to get Mirror from Agina to do Bombos Tablet, which sucks, because you don't usually do it in that order. Especially with how late fire sources were technically. Needing Mirror for Bombos Tablet for Flippers to go into Swamp without the hook shot to get Quake Medallion. I actually don't remember what was up here. So we're gonna check this real quick. How long have I streamed for? Not too long today. Probably just this seed, honestly. Okay, making sure that wasn't Bombos. Okay, so just do Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb. Like, it's 2 checks, whatever. Yeah, double dip, force double dip Swamp without hook shot always sucks, no matter what. I'm stupid. Okay, so now we actually also have Lumberjack. Is this a race, or am I... What? It is a pretty stupid question, right? So stupid I don't even understand it. I'm just confused as to why I would check another seed for a race or something. Is there any way to play this game free? Well, Jewel Ripper. You rip some jewels up and you shape it into a cartridge for the Super Nintendo, and then you buy a Link to the Past cartridge and take the chip out and put it in the newly made cartridge out of jewels that you made. You can play it for free. It's fantastic. You'll have your very own Jewel to the Past for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, basically, so it's just me racing somebody else. We're both playing the same seed. Glad I could help, Ripper. Okay, so... Alright, we've done Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb and Lumberjack. Alright, I'm still missing Map and Big Key, which is important. Note. Now not smash the computer, smash the jewels up. And form a cartridge out of the torn jewels. too far. There's a map. Okay, so big key's just in the big chest. Oh, not necessarily. There's this chest too. Now big key's in the big chest. Perfect. So nothing left in here. So okay, we have pod. I have the one thing in pod at the boss, and I have 2 things in desert. So desert is going to be the next play. By 2 things in desert, I mean 1 thing in desert and the green pendant. Yeah, we can't do Mire, obviously. We don't have Bombos. Oh. Big keys can only be in big chests, in a couple dungeons, normally. There is a beatable only logic, where not necessarily everything is collectible. But if you're not playing beatable only logic, the big key can only be in the big chest in, Swamp and Skullwoods. All other big keys are needed for the dungeon. And then even without beatable only logic, if you do 100% collection as the item fill logic, then all big keys are accessible no matter what. Thievestown big key cannot be in the big chests. Thievestown small key can be in the big chest, which makes it not accessible logically without the hammer, but big key cannot be in the big chest. Big key is required to do anything past the first 4 checks. Yeah, basically any floating enemy, I believe, Razmith, break the way the bomb jumps work. If you kill that enemy, then you can fix it, but yeah, we're just missing my Bombos. It's either here or in pod. That's it. What? Not a whoops all dungeon seed, just a shitty seed logically. See, we're fine. Ugh. Floating enemies change the direction the bombs boost you due to some like ancilla value, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so we had 2 checks left in the game. It's gonna be pretty standard for this seed. Mirror early would be very unlikely, which means that flippers early is very unlikely. So I'm not too, you know, shocked that the seed went this way. Skipping Helma ended up saving me a bunch of time. So that's okay. $155? Depends on GT, honestly. I mean, Ambrosia seed does not mean fast seed. Ambrosia is just, you know, different enough from open mode to be interesting. It can lead to faster seeds because you get told where the boots are, but there's literally no guarantee that it's not just a complete ass terrible seed. Anyways. It's more likely to be a fast seed compared to a regular seed due to some slight changes in how it works. Oops. Okay, no guaranteed vanilla big key. The small key there. We're actually gonna go back to the right. Yeah, you'd find out if you won or lost, and who you're playing against right away, basically. Find out all of the information once you're done. What was that? That was a northwest iteration of Diver, not Diver Down, of Icebreaker, basically. You can do it with just boots, which is nice. Bing 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 bing. Gotta do almost old school. That's probably still faster than bombing the wall. Mini vacay was real good. I played 0 video games for over 72 hours. Yeah, throwing the block in there set an altitude value for that spooky to work. What is a raid? When I'm done streaming, I can choose to raid a channel, which basically just sends all of you guys who choose to join it over somewhere else. And if you join that, you get extra bug points. Generally, you just get bug points from watching. Ooh. Yeah, we just spam dabs. Got some good barbecue. It's very true. Made some tacos. Got some sun. On a boat ride. A jet ski out. A real relaxing weekend. Much needed. And my hands also just needed a break, I think. I've been streaming a ton lately and playing a ton of Zelda. My hands were getting very sore. They've never really been sore before either, so I might have to, like, actually take care of them better. Not that I don't take care of them, but... Yeah, I've never had any hand problem before. And, like, thankfully, that went away after just, like, not using a controller from the 80s for multiple hours a day for multiple days. I think it was just, you know,
18.
my hands were tired.
Andy Wendy, go Andy.
No, but I can, like, you know, massage my hands more regularly, maybe, like, soak them in Epsom salt or something. I don't know. Figured out. Like, I'm not too worried. If it happens again, I'll be a little more worried. I have to get some gamer gloves, TM. I am turning 30 in less than a month. So... I don't think I needed that key, actually. It's that everything hurts. Damn. I got the shovel and the mushroom. Also, we were gonna, like... I also never plan on going to concert on my birthday. But we'll probably do, like, a big, like, 24-hour close to my birthday stream or something. Be fun. No pain at 36. Yeah, I don't have any body pains, really. I do need to get back in shape, though. That's the plan. Number 11, I believe. I think I got all of my car accidents out of the way at a young age. I've been in the car for like 5 different car accidents. Driving in 2 of them. One of them was partially my fault, I suppose.
Andy work.
I only say partially my fault because I also got shitty information from car tech that I had just gone to see. I've been in 2 flipped vehicles. One of them was my own car while I was driving. That was fun. Dude ran a red going like 65 and T-boned me and flipped my car. Luckily, it was a pretty small car. It kind of just like went under my car, basically, but it still totaled it. I am pretty lucky to have come out of that unscathed, though. If it had hit me if he was going any faster, he would have hit me directly in the driver door instead of, like, he hit me in the middle where the frame was, essentially, so the frame took the blunt of the impact. Could have been a lot worse, for sure. No, dude wasn't even drinking. Dude was just an idiot. No, I had some back pain, but I was fine for the most part. We're talking about you snowboarding. I understand. I thought you were talking about my accident. No, dude was just stupid. So he was in a PT Cruiser, which is like a pretty low nose car. I was in a Ford Explorer, and he was going 65. Light turned green. I went through the intersection, and hit me, went under my car, basically, and drove away until his car broke down. And then he left his girlfriend or whatever and 2 children in his car, got out, and ran. And hid up a tree until the police found him. That was actually like a super shitty day for my family. It's the day that my car got totaled. My stepmom lost her wedding ring. My dad at the beach. They were at the beach when I called them and told them that my car got totaled. So it also ruined their day because they had to leave the beach and make sure I was okay. Is he from Alabama? No. He was in the DC area. He was driving with a suspended license. He was on probation, technically. He wasn't supposed to, like, leave Alexandria or something. And he was not in Alexandria. Yeah, I will never, I hope to never have to climb out of my car via the driver's side window ever again. Moral of that story. A little spooky. I ended up poking him twice. Guess I still have my appendix. I raced Locke. I beat Locke. Feels bad. He just got into GT, so. Oh man, I really gotta pee. I'm gonna play an ad real quick and I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, we're just gonna let the credits play, and then I guess I don't even have to let the credits play. I'm just gonna raid somebody. Heck, playing an ad. Did I check pedestal? I did. Is Kelsey still streaming? Oh hell yeah! All right, guys. Yeah, we're done for the day. We don't really need the credits. Wait. That's fine. Raid. Yo, Kayla. Thanks for the good luck. I just won my race, and we're gonna go raid the wonderful Kelsey. She's playing Breath of the Wild. Hope you're doing well, though, Kayla. Thanks for stopping in, even if you stopped in right at the end. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling with me on my first stream back. Longer stream tomorrow. I'll probably be live at noon tomorrow. So I can get, like, we're doing tacos for Cinco de Mayo. So, so I'll probably stream for like 6 or 7 hours tomorrow. Yeah, vacation was real good. Thanks for sticking with me today. Probably more ladder shenanigans tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Go spam dabs in Kelsey's stream. She's playing Breath of the Wild. Bye.